guys, it's me, Miss Manifester, helping you open a spiritual doorway to the abundance that you deserve. This week on the channel, I'm going to be sharing a presentation with you that I did on the weekend. It was part of an online summit called Humans United, Thriving in Uncertain Times. It was a summit to present mind tools, spiritual tools, to give people, hope and really encourage people and help them find ways forward during what is going on with the planet at the moment. Obviously, a lot of us are going into self-isolation and lockdown. We're actually in a lockdown here now in the UK, and that's why I created this presentation on high vibe home routines, because it's so important that we have this right now from a law of attraction perspective, but also from structure and control. So I hope you enjoy it. In terms of my uploading schedule, it shouldn't change. I did have some concerns, but what's going to happen is that my daughter is going to spend a week with me and then a week with her dad. So in the week where I'm on my own, I'm going to double down on my content to make sure that I'm still able to provide content for the channel. I'm also going to start doing some live Q&As, and the subliminals will carry on as usual as well. Any workshops and things that I do in communities, I'm going to be uploading them to this channel because I put a lot of effort into creating the presentations, and it's important information that I want to share with you all. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you click the subscribe button and hit the bell to get regular updates from me on all things law of attraction and mindset every Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's begin the presentation. So here we are, high vibe home routines with Miss Manifester, which is me. So who am I? Just call me Esther for a start. I'm Miss Manifester, which is my brand name. I am a spiritual mentor and success coach to entrepreneurs, leaders, creatives, and freelancers. I am a YouTuber on all things law of attraction and positive mindset. My background is in life coaching, mindfulness, meditation, and law of attraction. And that is how I'm able to bring this information to you today. So, what is high vibration? So before we start, some of you are probably very familiar with the term high vibration, and some of you are probably thinking, what is that? So, how you feel within yourself is where you are at vibrationally, and the high vibration is obviously how great you feel within yourself. That is emotionally and physically. So your mood, how much fun you're having, how calm you are, how peaceful you are, how excited you are, basically anything that is on a spectrum of good feeling. But it's also physically, so what you're inputting into your body and how you're showing up for your body also determines your vibration. So for example, when we are moving, our cells are physically moving more, and that puts us in a state of high vibration. It's also about how you act. So if you are acting positively, you're putting in positive action in your life, you're making time for yourself, which is obviously, what the focus of this workshop is. You're smiling, you're giving love, and you're looking for the best in situations. But it's also how you react to situations that are perhaps labeled as unfavorable on a day-to-day basis. So for example, you miss the bus, there's traffic, technology fires up like what it did this morning. The irony of a high vibration morning. But it's how you react to those things and how you overcome and how you move forward. And it's the ideal frequency for manifesting positive things in your life, because we are manifesting consciously or unconsciously, no matter what vibration we're putting out. So if we're putting out low vibration, we're attracting low vibration things back to us. So when we put ourselves in a state of high vibration, we're really doing ourselves a favor from a law of attraction point of view. So why do we need a routine? So I want to come at this from a few different perspectives today. We've got the law of attraction perspective, the self-isolation perspective, and the general success perspective. From a law of attraction perspective, we're actively choosing how we feel. We are deciding that no matter what is going on around us, we're going to move into an energy of solution rather than staying in the energy of the problem. So when we're doing that, we are saying, you know what? I choose love. I choose positivity. I lean into better things and better feelings because that's what I deserve, no matter what is going on around me. As such, we shift our point of attraction. So it's really important to be making time for this actively during our day so that we are getting on top of our point of attraction. We are pivoting away from the more stressful moments into a place of high vibe. And if you're familiar with Abraham Hicks and the work of Abraham Hicks, Abraham says you are getting out in front vibrationally. That is what you want to do. You don't want to wait till some stuff hits the fan before you say, you know what, I need to get back in a better place. When we're actively getting in front of those problems and feeling good before that stuff, then that means we're getting out in front, and it makes us more able, more equipped to deal with those things and to stay in a place of calm. From a self-isolation perspective, so most of us should be, in all honesty, going into self-isolation at this very moment to protect the wider community, the more vulnerable people in the community from the coronavirus. And at the moment, we are in what is, being really honest, quite uncertain times. And our routines, life as we know it at the moment, really is being thrown completely out of whack. So when we're creating a routine, we're creating more structure. We're putting more structure in place. It's also a time for family bonding. So what would be great is, obviously, if you are in a position where you're self-isolating with your family, whether you can take suggestions from what I'm about to put forward and do them as a family, rather than trying to fight the current and do it all on your own, and then your kids are going, Mommy, what are you doing without me? It's much easier if you can try and bring them into it and do this together, and that's going to be a really beautiful thing. Again, it's going to give you back that sense of control, because a lot of people are feeling out of control at this time, and you're making time to feel good. In all honesty, what's around us at the moment is quite heavy energy if we get sucked into it. So it's really making time to feel good despite all of that. And from a general success perspective, it's widely known that the most successful people have routines, very strict routines often, but it's about developing your willpower so that you know that you're going after the things that you want. You're creating positive habits in your life. You're going to be improving your productivity because of the way that you're structuring your time and planning your time. But there's also the physical and mental health benefits. So some of the things that I'm going to put forward to you: actively decrease cortisol and release endorphins, which is what you want. So that is going to have an effect on your mental and physical health, which is really high priority at this time. So when and why? So most people talk about morning routine, some people talk about an evening routine, but I'm going to put it in there that we need a midday routine as well. Midday routine is something I've been incorporating into my life, into my daily structure for a while, and I find it incredibly beneficial. So in the morning, we want to be setting our positive intentions for the day. How do we want this day to go? We want to start it on a good note, because that has a ripple effect. That sets our point of attraction for the day as soon as we wake up. Every day is a chance for a fresh start. We don't have to remember or choose to remember what was going on for us yesterday. So it's important to start on a good note and say, you know what, today's a fresh start and I'm going to proceed as such. That sets our point of attraction, creating a ripple effect on how the rest of the day can go, getting out in front of the potential events of the day. And when we set our intention for the day, often I find when I say this is how my day is going to go, that's exactly how it goes. And that's amazing. It's great to set in stone how you want to run your life, how you want to create your life. It's also important about having a healthy start to the day, because our bodies are important. And at the moment, especially in self-isolation, we need to be making sure as best we can that we are looking after our bodies. Midday routine is about grounding and awareness. So for example, if something comes up in the morning that is, in all honesty, not what you really wanted, it's about going, how am I managing my vibration throughout the day? How am I feeling at this point in time? Am I, in a place where I need to pivot? Do I need to ground myself and calm down? It's also your kind of peak time in the day. Your energy is probably peaking to be productive and to have fun. And when you're having fun and when you're keeping your mind off of things and being productive, you are in a great place vibrationally for attracting good things, for manifesting, because manifesting is all about having fun. An evening is about productivity planning for your next day. It's about reflection and calm and winding down. And it's also about subconscious programming, making sure that you are ending your day on a good note. You really don't want to be going to bed in a negative place. What we think about before bed sits in our subconscious processing for 4 hours as we sleep. That's quite a long time. So we want to be going to bed feeling satisfied, feeling calm, and that will also help us to get a really good night's sleep. So here's some suggestions that I'm putting forward for your morning, lunchtime, and evening routines. So in the morning, I think it's great to have a glass of water by your bed from the night before. So you wake up, you drink that, you're hydrated straight away. That is, to me, a great way to have a healthy start to your day. If you can, move. At the moment, we're not in proper quarantine lockdown here in the UK. So we are still able to go out and have runs and have walks. But if you're in a position where you are staying home, obviously we've got Pilates coming up today. We've had other things on the Humans United Summit page. There's lots and lots of online PTs who are going online with their work. So get creative, go online and see what you can do for your fitness levels online, and include your children with that. Joe Wicks is doing a morning routine workout for the kids. So it's really good to be able to keep that going and release those endorphins even if you are stuck at home. Now, these are 3 things I do every day without fail: gratitude, affirmations, and intention. It's really important at the moment to think about what we've got to be grateful for. Time with our family, time to be creative, time for the planet to heal. Affirmations about saying, who are you? What energy are you stepping into? What do you need to be today? Do you need to be calm? Do you need to feel like a good parent? Do you need to feel upbeat? What do you need to do today? Who do you need to be? And intentions, as we've discussed, setting your intention for the day. How do you want your day to go? Now, in terms of music, if you are somebody that lives on your own or you've got time on your own, you can put on whatever you like. If it's with the kids, why not put on some music that the kids like? You guys can have a sing-song together. I love doing that. That is a really high vibe activity. Music can really set the tone for the day. You might also want to have a couple of minutes of meditation. Meditation is something that you can be doing throughout the day. It's great to start your day, it's great to end your day, and it's great for grounding as well. Healthy breakfast. Guys, don't let it all go, to shit during this time. You want to be making sure that you have got plenty of nutrition. I'm going to give a shout out to a nutritionist that I am connected with on Facebook, Alison Stockton. I'm not super connected with Alison, but Alison is probably the most visible nutritionist that I know, and I'm sure she can give you loads of healthy tips. Emotional freedom technique, which has just been on the summit this morning, that calms down your amygdala and your fight or flight response, reducing anxiety. Really important at this time. Open the windows. I'm going to skip these and come to these in a minute. Open the windows, let the fresh air in. If you're not going out very much, it's important to be, making sure that your house stays fresh, getting some air in your lungs, and motivational listening. So I love going on YouTube and listening to people that I am inspired by. So for me, it's more spiritual people like Abraham Hicks, but a lot of people like Tony Robbins. People like that. Go out and find who really boosts you up and resonates for you. Now, the reason why I put these in here, how you dress and set an alarm, is because if a lot of us are off work, obviously if you're an entrepreneur, you've still got to show up for yourself anyway. But now, as much as pajama days have their moment, and it's lovely to have pajama days with the kids, now is really not the time to be letting yourself go. How you dress sends a signal out about how you want to show up for your business. It also helps with your confidence, how professional you feel. So as much as pajama days are nice, they have their place. I think it's really important to be continually showing up with a good dress sense, dressing professionally. If you're at home, it's really going to affect your vibe about how you feel about your business. And setting an alarm, keep this productivity going. You know, there's a time for having a few lions if you need it. Absolutely, I honor that. But we don't want to get so out of whack and kind of into being a lazy bum routine. It's important to be showing up as if you were going to work. And if you've got kids, I mean, they're probably going to get you out of bed anyway. But it's really good to keep that structure and routine in place. So moving on, we've got lunchtime ideas. A lot of these are repeats. Some of them are repeats. Some of them are not. So read or listen to a book. I love listening to Audible at the moment, and Audible has got loads of free books out for kids at the moment, so take advantage of that. Eat your lunch mindfully. This is a time to sit down and actually enjoy your time with your family, with the kids. Do not be rushing around. Take time to eat lunch mindfully. Text or call a friend or go on a Zoom chat, like see people physically online. Or if you're just thinking about somebody, give them a compliment. It's nice to spread positive vibes and good energy at the moment. Lunchtime in the afternoon might be a time where you might want to sit down and go, you know what, I'm going to create a positive music playlist, something that you can go to at this moment. Again, motivational listening and EFT. Now's also the time to be going, you know, I'm going to tidy up, I'm going to declutter. A lot of us are not going to get this time again. So it's really great if there's something that you can do in terms of that, or also working on your hobbies. Creative energy is really important in manifesting, and now's an amazing time to start those things that you've always wanted to do. Also play a game with the kids, keep hydrated, work on some breathing techniques, which I know has been put forward on this summit, and also laugh. You know, go online, find some comedy, you know, find joy in the moments of darkness. You know, we have to laugh, we have to look for the positives. And then finally, coming into evening ideas. Again, gratitude, journaling and reflection, celebrating your wins. A great day for programming your subconscious at the end of the day, focusing on what went well, looking at what's going right in your life, celebrating the wins no matter how small they were. Acknowledging how you feel as well, like reflection. It's not about, you know, just putting a plaster over something and pretending that you don't have those feelings. You're allowed to acknowledge those, and that's the great thing about EFT. You're actually acknowledging those feelings, but you're moving into the solution rather than staying in the problem. Again, meditation, having a bath or self-care. Have a bath with the kids if you can. That's always nice. Put on a swimmy cosy if if you're a bit self-conscious. Do something you enjoy. So again, coming back to creative energy, reading a book, which is there. Have a warm drink. That really helps you to relax. Switch off your phone. Cannot stress this enough. Phones and technology mimic sunlight, number one, so they really don't help you to switch off. Also, try not to have too much coffee or energy drinks near bedtime, no matter, like, you know, whether you're like, I'm struggling to get through this day. Do not make it harder for yourself. But switching off your phone is really important, and not listening to things that are negative just before bedtime, or getting into conversations like that before bedtime, which we'll come on to. Visualizing how you want things to go, feeling good, and also praying. Praying is a lovely way to surrender your cares over to the universe, God, or source, however you identify. If you don't identify with a higher power, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to do that, but it's something at these times a lot of people are turning to. And going to bed at a reasonable hour so you feel fresh and dandy for the next day. How much of this should you do? So obviously, if you're in self-isolation, you're probably in a position where you could do a lot more than perhaps you were doing on a regular working day routine. So I would say do as much as you can, but bear in mind that if you're in a job and you're going to be going back to work at some point, pick out some stuff that you can go, that's non-negotiable. And I've really enjoyed that, and I'm not going to let that go, whether you get up earlier for it or whether you just condense your routine. It doesn't need to be 2 hours. It doesn't need to be an hour. It can be 15 minutes. Do as much as you want to do, and just at the moment with self-isolation, do what feels good for you. If you want to spend a couple of hours in the morning doing this stuff and feeling good, you go for it. But just kind of think about when things go back to a regular routine, what non-negotiables can you put in there? Finally, this is just a little, be mindful. I want you guys to take care of yourself at the moment. So getting sucked into a wormhole via the news, very easy to do. Very easy to be checking in on the news all the time. Very easy to be scrolling through social media. So there you go. I've said limit your social media. Do not get sucked down that rabbit hole, wormhole of negativity. It's okay if you have to check in for like some important updates, maybe once a day, but it's, in all honesty, as much as we are raising awareness to ourselves of the problem, sometimes it can really bring us down, and it's good to just be mindful of how much you're looking at that and how much you're looking after yourself, who you talk to, and changing the conversation where you need to. Some people are not in the energy of solution right now. They're not in the place of love. You want to be the love, but you've got to look after yourself first and foremost in order for you to be able to be in that place where you can give that to people. So I just want you to be mindful of that. Change the conversation if you need to. So this isn't productive. Conspiracy theories and stuff, in all honesty, it's not productive. It's not really making anybody feel better. So be mindful of the type of conversations. And is it kind and is it necessary? Do you need to be telling people about stuff like conspiracy theories and stuff? Do you need to be spreading things? Like, is that going to help that person? Are they going to feel good if you send this to them? Probably not. So just be mindful, about what you're saying to people and what you're spreading about it. Is it true? Not all news is true news. And being kind is really important at the moment. Being generous with our time where we can be, keeping in touch with people, the vulnerable, and also, being kind in the supermarkets. You don't need to stockpile on the level that some people are. So just bear that in mind. Are you social distancing? Is your family social distancing? I would really encourage you to do so, because the more we do of that now, the less likely we're going to go into a full lockdown situation. So try to help the community out by doing that. Can you control it? Do you need someone to talk to? So we have to consider not everything in this situation is within our control. In fact, very much little of it is within our control, but we can, take more steps to control how we feel. So if something feels out of your control, that's okay. You just have to go and lean in towards the things that you can do. Do you need someone to talk to and acknowledging how you feel and what you need support with? If you are struggling, reach out to somebody. It's okay. Like, we're all in this together. We're all in this together. I said yesterday, I've not even watched that film, but I do know that line from the film. And I might watch it whilst I'm off with my daughter. So yeah, what do you need help with? Reach out to people, join communities like this, and make sure you're surrounded with love. Can you include your children or others online, as I've discussed? So can you share anything? Can you be doing things in your community that help people? Can you be a force for good? And including your family, so that it's easy for you to be able to get the time that you need whilst you're actually building them up. Children and family, supporting their mental health right now is very, very important. Thinking of the positive aspects. So like I said earlier, time with your family, time to be creative, time for the earth to heal, reducing emissions. A lot of positives are going to come out of this, but it's regularly coming back to that and reflecting on it. And remembering that this is temporary. This will pass. Everything is temporary in life. And that's okay. We're not stuck in this permanently. Thanks for watching, guys, and thank yourself for taking the time to watch this presentation, for investing in your vibration and in your mindset at this time. Let me know what you're going to be including in your high vibration routines in the comments below. Sending you lots of blessings. Subliminal will be up tomorrow, and I will see you next week for another video. Take care. Bye.